Hello everyone, my name is Tyra, the woman behind Discussing the Unspoken. So before we get into the first episode, I just wanted to tell you guys why I started this podcast. So one of the main reasons why I started this podcast was because I feel like a lot of people go through situations, traumas, experiences, and they feel like they're alone. And I just want to be the reminder that, there's other people around you who are going through the same thing, and they may not express it out there to the world, but just know that, people are going through the exact same thing that you're going through. So don't ever think that you're alone in your situation. There's always somebody out there. I just want you guys to have faith and hope that, you will see a better day, even if it seems so foggy. For today's episode, I wanted to touch on the topic of loneliness versus being alone. I feel like these two words are very contradicting, but at the same time, they have two different connotations. The word alone itself, has negative connotation, and I wish it didn't, because I think it's actually extremely important to know that, your company is good enough, and that you're happy and content with being alone by yourself. And not necessarily, when I say that, I don't mean like being alone for the rest of your life, like being single. No, this is more than that. This is about being in your own company, being with yourself, and being happy, being okay to, going to a restaurant to eat by yourself, not needing somebody constantly by you to bring you happiness. You should be able to bring yourself happiness, and when a person comes near you, they add on to your happiness, but nobody should literally be your happiness. It's very important to learn, how to be by yourself, because at the end of the day, like, all we have is ourselves. Like, we speak to ourselves, we cater to ourselves, we take care of ourselves, we go to work with ourselves, we go to sleep with ourselves, and like, our thoughts are only our thoughts. Like, nobody else has our perspective. Like, you know we're there's only one of us. There's only one of us is basically what I'm trying to say. And you know a lot of people think that the worst thing in life is to end up alone, but I believe that the worst thing is to end up with people that make you feel alone, because you can be in a room full of people and still feel lonely. But there's a difference between being an extrovert and then depending on people for your happiness, depending on people, to always be there, because, all you need is yourself. Like, when you're in the grave, who are you dying with? Just yourself. So I think it's very important that even if you are an introvert or an extrovert, never seek for validation from other people. The only validation that you need is yourself. Like, do not try to find your self-worth in others. You need to find your self-worth in your own self. And for people who, are constantly seeking validation, it's something that needs to be fixed within yourself, because it is constantly going to be an ongoing problem throughout your whole entire life. Because one compliment, one praise, one acknowledgement from one person will never be enough. You will be trying to seek it from everyone around you. But at the end of the day, you should be able to look at your own self in the mirror and say, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am confident, I am brave. Just all these positive affirmations, and believe it. Believe it for yourself. Life gives us, people that we need, people that are going to help us, people that are going to hurt us, lie to us, mistreat us, mishandle us, love us, leave us, and it's all a part of growing into the person that you are meant to be. And although, nobody deserves hurt or being lied to or mistreated or mishandled, it's important to see, because, there are bad people in this world, and that's not something that we can be blindsided to, because we will always experience some kind of hurt or traumatic experience, unfortunately. We're not supposed to be there every second for everybody in our life, because, that's very unrealistic. But somebody that we do need to be there for every second and minute of our life is ourselves. And once you get to the point where you are okay with enjoying your own company and just being alone, it doesn't sound so negative. Then you actually enjoy coming home. You enjoy going to your safe place, wherever that may be. It's extremely peaceful. It's extremely peaceful. So for me, I would say that my peaceful sanctuary is probably my room. It's important that everybody finds, somewhere where they can just sit and breathe and just have a peace of mind. It doesn't matter what age you are, everybody needs it. Everybody needs to be aware of their mental health and take the best care of your mental health, because your mental health literally dictates how your day is gonna go. Like, if you sit in your thoughts all day, which, sometimes I do, I'm not gonna even lie, that's not always good. So you need, like, I wouldn't necessarily say an escape, but literally just, a peace of mind just for a second. It's not necessarily escaping your problems or your thoughts, but just saying, like, right now, Tyra, like, this is not what you need to be thinking about. You need to be thinking about yourself, nobody else. So I say all this to say that don't ever think that improving yourself, wanting better for yourself, doing better for yourself, realizing your self-worth, rediscovering yourself, self-care, and just everything that has to do with yourself. Don't ever think that's selfish, because it's not. It's literally a necessity. You are not able to, pour into others like you normally would if your cup is literally empty. We need to, put ourselves first. And a lot of people can see that as being selfish, but it's honestly not selfish at all. Because if we want to, help people at the level that we can, we need to put ourselves first and be there for ourselves and make sure that our mental health is stable. So I'd like to end this off by saying that I hope one day everybody is able to, look yourself in the mirror or say out loud, I like being alone. I'm okay with being with myself. I love my own company. It's peaceful. I can be around others, but have to remember that, you should be your own source of happiness, like I said before. And one thing that I'm starting to realize about myself, that in order to win me over or to be a part of my life, your presence has to feel better than my own presence. Or at least I feel like you're adding value to my own presence. And it's not necessarily that you're competing with the actual person themselves, but it's that you're competing with my comfort zone. So if I'm comfortable in my own space and you're not able to also add comfort to my own space, then you do not need to be in my life. And that is something that I've realized, and I think it's very important for others to realize too. So yes, this is going to be the end of my podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to, tune in every week, because I'm going to start posting podcast videos every week. And Tyra is signing out. Bye, guys. Have a blessed and wonderful week, month, year, day, everything. Bye, guys.